morning. Welcome to Rise and Shine. It is June 1. Crazy, huh? Alright, you know the drill. My name is Jen, and welcome to Rise and Shine, a nice, relaxing, chill way to start your morning or end your day. Find a position that is comfortable for you, and we're going to stay there for about 2 minutes or so to let everyone have a chance to run in, grab their stuff, join us, and give you a chance to just kind of get in the mindset for our yoga practice for today. So whatever position you're comfortable with, whatever props you need, whatever your little body desires. Always, hopefully you have some sort of fluid near you to hydrate. Doesn't matter that it's just a chill practice. We can still hydrate no matter what. So just a quick little reminder, I mentioned it on Thursday. Thursday morning's practices will all be pre-taped, but they will all be brand new. So they will go live on Thursday mornings, like always, but you can watch it starting at 7 o'clock, you can watch it starting at 7:05, you can watch it at 7:05 in the PM, you can watch it whenever you want. So they are brand new, they're just not being done live. I know that sometimes in the summer, people's schedules change around, so maybe 7 o'clock isn't, 7 a.m. isn't the best for you anymore, but you can watch it whenever you want. So that is happening starting on Thursday, so 2 days from now, but saying they are brand new classes, I am recording them. They're just going to be going live then. Already recorded my first one, turned out great, it's all ready to go. And if there's ever a class that you want to do, let me know. I can definitely record it. No problems. Let's just do a quick little body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just see what's feeling good this morning, what could be feeling better. Body parts that feel tight, body parts that feel loose. If there's something you're like, maybe my hamstrings feel tight, I'm really gonna focus on during the next 45 minutes, no matter what we're doing, really actively focusing on the hamstrings, and anytime that I can stretch them, I'm going to. Something like that. Decide what your focus is going to be for practice today, and it can just be focusing in on the practice, doing what feels good, and going with the movements. That can be it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Okay, so we are going to start on our backs, our feet up, knees in, excuse me, and squeezing like a ball, just kind of rocking a little side to side. Deep play around a little bit with the core strength. How far can you go to the left or to the right without losing your balance? And if you lose your balance, that's totally fine. You're just playing around. Worst case you're going to do is just fall over to the side. No worries. All right, so bring one foot on the ground and bring the other knee in just a little bit more. Straighten that bottom leg, and let's just do some circles with that hip. And switch direction. Bring that knee towards that armpit chest. And then bring it back to the center, straighten that leg to the best of your ability. Grab above or below your knee and pull that leg in. All right, let's release. Let's switch it over to the other side. Grab that knee in, tuck it in, and let's do some circles. And switch direction. And then bring that knee to the armpit chest. Come back to the center, straighten that leg. Grab above or below the knee and pull on in. And let's release. Let's bring that foot to the ground and bring those knees in and drop them to one side. Well, I have a coughing fit. And switch it to the other side. Come on in. Just gonna push yourself up or roll up like a ball, whatever feels comfortable for you. Cross one leg over the other and just move around that ankle. And switch it up other side. Beautiful. Release. Give yourself a big old hug, big squeeze. And we're gonna open up to the side and close it on in. Open up to the side, squeeze it on in. 2 more times. Come back in, bring those feet a little farther away so you're not so tight into your little ball. And all we're gonna do is just gonna open and close. So we're getting back a little bit. We're here and here. Just kind of Warming up that core a little bit. Let's do 3 more. Make sure you have a flat back. And 3. Beautiful. Let's flip ourselves around. Till we're in our tabletop. And let's just go through a little cat-cow here. So we're arching it up. And then we're releasing and going the other way. So we're doing this at our own pace. With the breath, hopefully. But maybe not. Come back to neutral and sit back on the heels. Okay, so now we're going to add movement into our cat-cow. So you can either do one of the 2 things. So you can pick. You can either do a forward and back downward dog. So you're going to be here and you're going to round up and down and roll back. So up, so you're like this little circle motion, and you're going to do that nice and slow and controlled. Or you're going to be doing a circle that way. So you're either going to be coming up into your cat or your cow, switching, and then back, and then you would do the reverse. So it's either a left circle and a right circle, or forward and a back. So you choose, and if you want to do both, cool beans, you do you. So we're going to spend about a minute or so just kind of playing around that downward dog with the motion. So what feels good to you today? Forward, back, left, right, combination of both. All right, so let's play. Another couple more seconds to do 1 or 2 more. And then come back to your starting position. And breathe. Beautiful. Well, you feel nice and a little bit warmed up now, so we can stand on up. So let's go into our downward dog. Take a second here, pedal out those feet. Bend those knees generously. And then walk the feet to meet the hands, or the hands to meet the feet, and roll on up. So if you've been doing yoga with us, Jessica and I, this whole time, has your downward dog, has it gotten any better? Has your warrior positions gotten any better? Has anything changed in this last year if you've been taking a practice with us a couple times a week or even once a week? I'd be curious to know. Okay. Nice and tall, hands out. This nice little mountain position. All right, let's bring those arms up and let's swan dive down. Bend those knees. Come to a halfway lift. Bring those hands down. Walk out to a plank. Come down to your toes. and lower all the way down to your belly. Take a second. Do a little cobra push-up type of motion. Tuck those toes under, then go into tabletop or right into plank, your choice. Then into downward dog. Let's lift that right leg up behind. And let's open up that knee to the side. Let's come back in, bring that knee in, and pop that foot on the ground and drop that back knee. Roll it on up. Couple more breaths here. And then arms up. Couple breaths here. All right, let's bring those arms down. Bring that foot back. Come back to our downward dog. And lower yourself down. See if you can come and just do it right from plank. If you need to drop a tabletop, do so, not a problem. A little push up here in our cobra. Lower down, tuck those toes under. Can you go right into plank? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Downward dog. Let's lift the left leg up and behind, and let's open up that knee to the side. Come back to the center, bring that knee in. Pop that foot on the ground. Lower the back leg. Lower that back knee. Come on up and hold it here. A couple seconds. And then arms up. A couple seconds. Hands down. Bring that foot back to tabletop. One more time. We're going to go downward dog. We're going to go plank. Lower all the way down, nice and slow if you can. Little cobra. Come on back down, tuck those toes under. Let's push up. And downward dog. And then drop one knee and drop the other knee. Roll it on up. Wonderful. Let's take one arm, let's come up over the top. Other way, up over the top. Come back to the center, bring one arm around and behind. So we're here. Fingers are peeking out. And switch. Tricep stretch. Elbow pointed up towards the ceiling. And switch. And release. And move around those wrists. So lean forward a little bit. I want one foot out to the side. Now instead of being on our knife's edge like we usually are, I want those toes pointed up towards the ceiling. I want you to lean on in. I want you to feel a stretch on the inner thigh. Now I want you to roll onto that nice edge of the inside of your foot, and then come down to your forearms or down to the mat or whatever it happens to be, just to intensify that stretch a little bit and just feel what the difference is between the two stretches. Okay, come on up. And let us switch sides. I'm just going to scooch over. Toes up. And lean on in. And then roll onto that inner part of your foot and make any adjustments with your upper body. Beautiful. Come on up. Bend that knee in. And let's bring those legs in front. I want you to cross them. Crisscross applesauce style. We're just going to smile and twist one way. And the other. Come to the center, lean it forward, keep those hips on the ground. Come on up. So, my right leg is the one that's in front right now. The left leg is the one that's tucked under. You can flip it, it's not a big deal, whatever happens to be. So you're going to take the one that's in front, and we're just going to cross it over a little bit more. So we're attempting to bring those knees on top of each other. Mine, as always, are not, but I'm doing the best that I can based on my skill set, my flexibility, and the time of day that we're doing this class. So I'm going to do me, you do you. And you're just going to sit up nice and tall, and you need to adjust your hips a little bit. No worries. Adjust your sit bones. And just kind of feel where you're feeling the stretch. You kind of think of it as, okay, what muscle is that? How am I stretching? What does it feel like as compared to just, I don't like how this feels, or this is uncomfortable. If it's painful, of course, stop, as always. And if you want to intensify the stretch a bit, you can lean forward. If it's enough sitting up nice and tall, then stay sitting up nice and tall. Okay, and let's release. And now, so my right leg goes in front. I'm going to switch my leg so my left leg is in front. I'm in my crisscross applesauce style again. Sitting up nice and tall, adjusting as need be. Always want to adjust. And let's twist. And let's twist. Back to the middle, and let's go into that kind of stacking of the knees on the other side. So I'm just gonna open them up a little bit, and I'm gonna slide them around. Let's see what works today. It's not going to look the same on each side, it's fine. Or do you feel the stretch on this side? Hopefully it's the same area. But if it's not, maybe we need to set up a time, you and me or you and Jessica, to really go through the pose and posture and make sure that you're doing it correctly one-on-one, and that's totally fine, we can do that. Let's release, nice and easy, no rush. Bring those legs in front, toes pointed up, and we're just gonna wiggle back and forth. Together or separate, your choice. Move around, everything feels good. All right, take one knee, plug it in. Take the other knee, hug it in. Bring those hands behind. And we're going to do a reverse tabletop. So we're going to bring those hips up, looking forward, and coming back down. We're going to do that 9 more times, nice and slow. You may either completely tap down and put the weight back down on your glutes, totally cool, or if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, tap, but don't take the weight onto the ground. All right? Now I have my hands to my sides, my fingertips facing out. If you want to put your hands a different way, that's totally fine. Wherever you feel comfortable, just try to have your shoulders down and back as much as you can. All right, so let's go 9 more. So let's put for 1. And down. And 2. And down. And 3. And down. 4. And down. 5. Down. 6. And down. 7. Down. 8. One more. And 9. Beautiful. Come on in. Take those knees. Little rock if it feels good. If you want to grab a sip of water, this is a good time. And we're just going to drop the knees to one side. One hip's on the ground, one hip's off the ground. And then switch it out other side. Come back to the center. And wiggle those feet around. You can come to standing either however you want, way you want, or you can come into downward dog. Hold for a second. Stretch out that upper back, and then walk those feet to meet the hands and roll up. There are a million ways to stand up. You pick the one you want. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of that leg stretch. We had a foot out. We're gonna do that standing. So I'm gonna turn sideways so I'm on the mat all the way. I'm gonna pick one leg. I'm just gonna bring my feet a little bit wider apart. I'm gonna take one leg and point those toes up. So this knee's bent just to stabilize. And I'm gonna lean on in, and then I'll face this way. And we're stretching here. My hips are tucked under, my back is straight, my shoulders are down. And I'm going to release. I'm going to shake it out. And do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to lean on in. Everything's in a nice little line here. My hands can be on my body, but I'm not racing. You're just kind of hanging out. And I'm going to release. I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to do that again. Maybe can I go a little lower? Can I play around a little bit, see what feels good, see what feels bad? Obviously don't do the bad things. Let's go down a little bit more. And if I need to bring this leg a little farther away, that's fine. Back to the center. Shake it out. Other leg. Come on in, and then we're going to heel toe those feet on in to the back underneath our shoulders. All right. How about some chair before we start to slow things down a little bit more again? So as a reminder, a chair is like a squat, like a squat hold, and your arms can be down here on the side. They can be here, or they could be here. If they're here, it actually helps because it's a counterbalance. So don't obviously all the time think that having your hands up high above your head is necessarily a challenge. It could be more of a challenge, but it is also a counterbalance because your glutes are sitting this way and your arms are this way, so it's a nice little counterbalance. So decide what you want to do. We're going to connect and hold. So I'm going to turn sideways. You're going to take space forward. No worries, I'm going to have my hands just here, just out of the way. And I'm going to sit back. I'm going to see my toes. My back is flat. And if I have my hands here, I can actually go deeper. And roll it up. We're going to do that 2 more times, just like that. Ready? A big your hand position. And sit back. And come on up. Shake it out. Ready? One more time like that. Pick your position of your hand and sit back. And roll it on up. All right, so let's do 2 to each side just because we can. So for this one, I bring my feet a little bit closer together, which is my personal preference. I have my hands crossed in this position or this position. I find this one more comfortable in my wrists. And I'm going to turn in place of this forearm on this thigh or vice versa and rotate. Cool? Cool. All right, so pick which side is going first. Doesn't matter. We're doing both. And let's sit back and twist. Come on up. Let's switch the other side and down. And come on up. One more time each way. And twist. last one. And twist. And up. Beautiful. Let's bring those arms up. Let's swan dive down. Have those hands touch the ground and then come to a plank and lay all the way on your belly. And just breathe. We're cooling it down. Time together is almost over. Let's come on up. Support yourself with one arm and the other hand's gonna come back behind and give yourself a little quad stretch. You can grab your foot, you can grab your shin, you can grab your ankle, whatever works, wherever you feel a stretch. Release, let's switch it up. Other side. And release. Now let's pick a side, lay on it. Give yourself a big ball stretch. And then take that top leg, quad stretch here. And release. Roll it on over. Ball. And then take that top foot, bring it back behind, quad stretch. And release. All right, let's roll it around so you're laying on your back. How you want to get there is totally fine. Cross one leg over the other and let that knee drop. And let's make some cactus shapes with our arms. And let's come back to the center. And let's switch. Drop those knees. Cactus arms. Come back to the center. One knee out to one side, the other knee out to the other side. And hands can either be on your belly or overhead, grabbing your opposite elbow. And let's release your arms wherever they were. Use them to bring your knees back in. Hug a knee, and rock 4 times and then roll up. All right, so let's do that little ab that we did at the beginning of class. So your knees are in somewhat. Your hands are here in front. We're leaning back slightly, and then we're opening up and coming back in. We're opening up or coming back in. And we're just continuing going. So you pick how far back you want to go. If you want to make it harder, do that. If you want to make it harder, open up here, tuck back in. Make kind of a hollow with your body, tuck back in, or you're just here. Let's do 5 more, whatever one you want. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one we're gonna hold. Come up and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on in. Whew, big squeeze. Everything's feeling good. And it's just about time for our Shavasana, so if there's something you really wanted to do it now. Otherwise, grab your socks, grab your sweatshirts, grab whatever, put them on. And then drop both knees to one side one more time, a little twist. Never have too many twists. Sometimes you get some stuff moving, some gurgling, so if you feel any gurgling or moving around of food, drink, and such. I always like doing a practice with lots of twists after a big meal. Not directly after a big meal, of course, but kind of helps with digestion, I think. All right, release. All right, so let's get yourself into the position of your choice for your Shavasana, either seated or laying down. Laying down is obviously the more traditional. We have about 2.5 minutes in that position. Alright, slowly start moving around your fingers and your toes. And let's roll onto one side, hug those knees in. And use that top arm to push yourself back up. Let's come to a cross-legged position. And let's just turn and face the one way, stretch out the neck. And the other way. Come back to the center, look down. And just center, point that chin. And come back. Awesome work, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you later. Bye.